Hello everybody, it's Crystal. So today I have a tutorial for you of that half circle shawl that you saw there in the picture. I don't have a lot of room here to show you, but it's so pretty. It's very easy to do. So you can see here, this is pretty much double crochets with chain 1 spaces, picot edging at the top. And down here at the bottom for the border is this some shell stitches that gradually grow. Now for this particular one, the measurement from the shell here across the top of the circle to the shell on the other side is approximately 70 inches. And then from the center of the circle down to the bottom shell is approximately 31 or 32 inches. Of course, you can make yours as big or as small as you want, and you can use any weight of yarn that you want. It's very versatile. I try to make them versatile so you can use and do whatever you want to make it your own. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off the table. I like it a lot. I might gift that. I might gift that one to my sister-in-law for Christmas. She probably like that. All right, maybe. Okay, so the yarn that I used for that particular shawl there that you see is, I'm sorry, I don't have the label. I did, but for some reason I've misplaced it. It's from it's a hand-dyed yarn from the yarn company Miss Babs. It is called Big Silk. So it's a silk merino blend, and it's a medium weight number 4. So it is a 4-weight yarn. And to make it the size that I did with a 4-weight yarn, you're going to need about 800 yards. So this was what was left of 2 hanks of that yarn. Of course, you don't, like I said, you don't have to use that yarn. You use whatever yarn you want, and like I said, you don't even have to use a 4-weight. Use a 1-weight. Use a 5-weight. Use whatever weight that you want. All right? It's your shawl. You're making it. You do it how you want to do it. All right. Now, and then the hook that was used with the 4-weight yarn here is which is a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. Yeah. All right. What I'd say that if you're going to be using different weight yarn, if you want it to have a nice drape on it, whatever your yarn or whatever your, say, you're using a different weight. You're not using a 4-weight. And just to be clear, this is a little bit thinner of a 4-weight. It's closer to a DK. But anyways, whatever your it recommends to use on your label. And for a shawl, I always say to do a hook size bigger. That way it gives it a nice drape. Of course, you don't have to, but that is completely up to you. Remember, any yarn you want and any size that you want, okay? So it's completely up to you. You make the shawl as big or as small as you'd like, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So the shawl is worked at the top into the half circle, and then once we get that as big as we want it to be, and then we add the shells. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with a slip knot on our hook. All right, and we're gonna be working a chain 4 with a slip stitch to form a ring. If you want to use the magic circle here, that would be fine, but otherwise I'm going to chain 4, 1 2 3 4, slip stitch back into the first stitch to form a ring, just like that. And we are going to start off row 1 by chaining 1, which does not count as a stitch, and we want to work 6 single crochets through the center of the ring. So go right through the ring and single crochet. Now remember that chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. It's just kind of there doing nothing. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's 6 single crochets. I gotta count backwards to make sure I get it correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that one right there. You pull your tail. You should close that up most of the way. All right, so we're not going to connect it. We're going to be working in a back and forth method because it's the half circle there. So row 1, 6 single crochets, and then we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and we're going to start row 2. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a double crochet into the first stitch. Just like that. And then we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to go to the next stitch. And we're going to double crochet into it. And chain 1. Like that. And we're going to do this all the way across. So go into the next stitch. Double crochet, chain 1. Next one, double crochet, chain 1 until you've went through all 6 stitches. So I went through 1, 2, 3, 4. I chained 1 after that. This would be my 5th one. Double crochet, chain 1, and then the last one, we're just going to put a double crochet in it. Maybe. Come on now. There we go. And that will end row 2. And you should have 5 chain 1 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to row 3. We're going to chain 1. It doesn't count as a stitch. And turn our work. Okay, and we're going to, into this very first stitch, we're going to put a double crochet, and a chain 1, and then we're going to go into the next into the chain 1 space right here. And we're going to work a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So we're working in the chain 1 spaces now like that. So we put a double crochet into that first stitch and then we chained 1. Now in each one of these chain 1 spaces here, we're going to put a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet like that. Okay, and then we're going to chain 1 in between them. All right, and we're going to jump into the next space right here, this chain 1 space. We're going to work a double crochet, a chain of 1, and another double crochet into that same space. So we're increasing our circle here, or our half circle. Sorry. And we're going to chain 1, and we're going to jump to our next chain space here. And we're going to work a double crochet, chain 1, go back into the same space, and another double crochet, chain 1 after that, go to the next chain 1 space, double crochet in it, chain 1, one more double crochet into the same space, chain 1, we got one more chain one space here. We're going to go in it, double crochet, chain one, double crochet into that last space, and then we have one stitch left. We're going to chain one and double crochet into the last stitch, and that will end row 3, and you should have 11 chain one spaces. Let's count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Awesome. All right, now we're going to start row 4. All right, so we're going to chain one and turn our work, and we're going to slip stitch right here into this first chain one space. All right, we're going to work into this, we're going to work in starting the chain one space. Okay, and we're going to chain one, which doesn't count as a stitch. We're going to work a double crochet into that chain one space like that, and then we're going to chain one, and then into the next chain one space we're going to work a double crochet, a chain one, and a double crochet like that. And now we're going to start the repeat. So we're going to chain one, the next stitch is just going to get the next space. We're just working in the spaces. It's going to get one double crochet. Then we're going to chain one, and the next stitch will get, or the next chain space, a double crochet, a chain one, and a double crochet. That's the repeat. So on row 4 there's like one double crochet in between. These are the increase stitches where there's 2 doubles and a chain one in the same chain space. So on this time there is one double between the increases. So we're going to chain one, and we just did an increase, so the next chain one space we're just going to put one double crochet into it like that, and then we're going to chain one, and then the next chain space will be an increase, so we're going to put a double crochet, a chain one, and a double crochet into that chain space. And we will repeat again. Chain one, and into the next chain space we just have to put one double crochet, and then we're going to chain one, and the next chain space is going to be an increase, so we have to put a double crochet, chain one, and another double crochet into that space like that. Oops. Then we're going to chain one, and the next chain space, this is going to be one double crochet like that, chain one, and the next chain space will be an increase, so we're just going to put, a double crochet, chain one, and a double crochet like that. We're going to chain one, and in the last chain space, so remember we're working in the chain spaces, make sure you chain one after that increase, just one double crochet into that last space, and that's going to finish out row 4. So if you take a quick look that's where we end it right there. All right, in that space, because we began in this space. Now if you take a quick look at row 4, you should have made 5 increases. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we did it. All right, let's start row 5. Okay, so from here on out it's very simple. You're gonna see the pattern really easy. Chain one and turn. We're on row 5, always working in the chain one spaces. Okay, we're going to slip stitch to our first chain one space like that. We're going to chain one, and we're going to work back into that space and work 1 double crochet, and then we're going to chain 1 and into the next space here, next chain 1 space, we're going to increase. So in this space, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now we're going to work over the next 2 chain spaces here. So it's going to be 1 double crochet with chain 1 in between them. All right, so we're going to chain 1 after that. Into the next chain space, we work 1 double crochet, and then we chain 1. Into the next chain space, we work 1 double crochet, and we chain 1. So that time we have 2 regular double crochets, single double crochets. It's going to be in between our increases. The last round it was 1. All right, so the next stitch, as you can see, is going to be an increase. See how they kind of line up? Yeah. Make sure you chain 1 after that, and we'll go into the next chain 1 space and do an increase. So that's a double, chain 1, and double. So row 5, we are pretty much just working. It's always doubles, and there's always a chain 1s. All right, it's always chain 1s. So we're pretty much working the increases where they were before, and then always chain 1 after everything. And now we're going to have 2 regular double crochets between the increases on this round. Okay, and the round before we only had 1. So let's go ahead and do it again. So we're going to chain 1. We just did an increase. So in the next chain 1 space, we're just going to put 1 double, chain 1, and then in the next chain 1 space, we're going to put 1 double and chain 1. So that was 2 double crochets by themselves. So the next stitch will have to be an increase, which you can kind of see that it lines up right there. And go into that next stitch and make it an increase, which is a double, chain 1, and a double, like that. Just make sure you chain 1 after that, and we're just going to repeat this pattern for row 5. Okay, we just did an increase, so in chain 1, the next chain space, it's going to get 1 double crochet, chain 1, and then the next one after that is going to get 1 double crochet and a chain 1, and then the next one will be an increase because we did 2 double crochets by themselves. So the next one will have to be an increase. So in that one, we're going to put a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, repeat it again. Chain 1 after that. There's our increase. So the next one is going to be a double crochet into the chain space, chain 1, and then the next chain space will just be 1 double crochet, chain 1. So there's our 2. So the next one has to be an increase, which is right here. Into that stitch, we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. There's our increase, and then we're going to finish out round 5. We're going to chain 1, and we're going to put a double crochet right back into the chain, just right into the chain 1 space. That ends round 5. Now don't worry about if it's looking funny at the top or anything, because we're not ending at the top. That's okay. All right, that's how it's supposed to look, and we do picots anyways at the top, so it doesn't matter. All right, so that was row 5 that we just finished. Okay, go ahead and start row 6. Now this time we're going to have 3 double crochets by themselves in between the increases. All right, for row 6. All right, but remember, we have to chain 1 and turn and slip stitch into the first chain space. We always start into the chain spaces, chain one in the chain space. First chain space always gets just one double crochet like that, and then the next one always gets an increase. That's how we start them. So chain one after that, and then we increase into this one because it's an increase. Keep those increases. Go into there, that chain space, and double crochet, chain one, and double crochet, chain one after that, and now into the next 3 chain spaces is where we'll put only one double crochet in between, 3 times in between the increases. All right, make sure you chained one after that increase, so the next chain space gets one double, and we're going to chain one. The next one double, and we're going to chain one, and then the next one double, and then we're going to chain one. So there's 3 double crochets by themselves. Here's an increase, and now our next stitch will be an increase. As you can see, it lines up with the other increases. So into the stitch, we're going to do an increase, a double crochet, chain one, and another double crochet into that same spot. So that's the repeat for round 6. So it's 3 double chain ones in the chain spaces in between the increases. All right, pretty much just keeping the increases lined up. That's pretty much what we're kind of doing. They kind of just fall on top of each other. Let's do it again. We're going to chain one, and we just did an increase, so we're going to double crochet into the next chain one space and chain one, and double crochet into the next chain one space and chain one, and double crochet into the next chain one space and chain one. So that was 3 that we did in a row, and now we know the next one has to be an increase because we've done 3. Also, we're lining up with the increases. So here's our increase stitch where we put one double, chain one, and one double, just like that. Again, chain one double into the next chain space, chain one double into the next chain space, chain one double into the next chain space, chain one. So that was 3 doubles we did after that increase, and the next stitch needs to be an increase, and what do you know, it's lining up with the rest of them. What a coincidence. I'm just kidding. Increasing that stitch there, double crochet, chain one, and then double crochet. And we're going to repeat this until we get near the end on row 6. So I just chained one, double crochet into the next space, chain one, double crochet into the next space, chain one, double crochet into the next space, chain one, and then we're going to be doing an increase here, right here, lines up, double crochet, chain one, and double crochet into that same stitch, and we're going to chain one and end row 6 by putting a double crochet into the last chain one space. All right, so that's kind of how the half circle is done. That is how we just keep increasing in that same manner, and you can make it as big as you want it to be. And remember, so this, I'm going to start row 7. Remember, you chain one and turn, and you always start in the first chain one space by slip stitching like that, chaining one, sorry about my dogs, and going back into the same space and working one double and a chain one, and the next stitch will always be an increase stitch. Okay, and then so you increase into the next stitch, which is a double, chain 1, and another double into the same spot, and then you're going to chain 1. And now, since the last row you had 3 doubles in a row in between the increases, now you're going to have 4. And not only will you have 4, you're always going to end up increasing on the previous increase row. That's the way it is. So every round you will gain another double crochet between the increases, but you'll always increase on the same rounds. All right, so let's go ahead and do this one real quick. We chained 1 after this first increase, so we're going to double crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 1. And if you look, you will have 4 now. Last time you had 3, the time before you had 2, the time before that you had 1. Next time you'll have 5. And the next stitch is an increase stitch. As you can see, it lines up. So we're going to go into that and do a double, chain 1, and a double, just like that. Now we're going to repeat this all the way. I'm going to show you how to end the row again before I turn you loose to make this as big as you want it to be. Remember, just following the pattern. All right, so I'm coming to the end, and you always end the same way as well. All right, there'll always be an increase before the last chain space. All right, so I did a double crochet here. I chained 1, and I'm going to increase into this chain space, double, chain 1, and double, and then you chain 1 after that. And remember, we always end in the chain 1 space, never into a top of a stitch, okay? And I know it looks like maybe it looks funny at the top and whatnot, but that's okay. So this is what we're going to be repeating. Like I said, you can go by every row. You'll like we had 3 down here, regular double crochets between the increases, and this one we had 4 between the increases. Next one we'll have 5. Or you can just increase at every spot that we increased on the previous row. Because so every place we increase on the previous row, it needs to be increased again. And every stitch in between the increases is just a double crochet into the chain space and a chain 1. And you want to continue doing that. Now you can do that for as big as you want it to be. I mean, you can keep going for as big as you want it to be. You can just make a half circle shawl just like this and not even put any edging on it if you want. You, like I said, you can make it as big as you want. The shawl that you see has a total starting from row 1. It has 29 rows. So 29. Now if you decide to make it bigger or smaller and you want to do the type of edging that's on that shawl, you need to make sure, if you do it different than 29 rows, maybe you're using smaller weight yarn or whatever, you're bigger, whatever, or you want to just make it bigger in general, you need to make sure whatever row you land on, that the number of chain 1 spaces all the way around is evenly divisible by 5. So right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So mine wouldn't work right now. I would need to keep going until the number of chain 1 spaces that I have is a multiple of 5. And then we can start the edging. All right. But like I said, that shawl that you see has a total of 29 rows. I'm not going to do the whole shawl again, but I will get it to a multiple of 5 real quick. or chain 1 spaces at a multiple of 5. So we can show you how to do that shell edging. All right. All right. Remember, I'm showing you on a smaller scale. Again, 29 rows is what the big one has. And remember, you need to have, count your chain spaces wherever you stop if you decide to do it different than 29 rows. And it needs to be the amount of chain 1 spaces you have need to be divisible by 5. All right. So I think on the big one, there was like 105 chain spaces after that. But mine now is divisible by 5. So like smaller, I'm just going to show you smaller. So now once you get as big as you want it to be, you know, get the size, and it's divisible by 5, your chain 1 spaces are, we can add that shell edging. Now, by all means, if you don't want that shell edging, you can put something different on there. You do you, okay? I'm just going to show you how to do that shawl, though. All right, shell edging that you see on that shawl. We'll start that with row 1, okay? And we're just going to start off with a chain of 5. 1, 2, oh, sorry. We're not slip stitching into the chain 1 space, all right? We're just going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. We are going to skip 2 of the chain 1 spaces, okay? So skipping this one and then skipping this increase right here. And in the next one, we are going to work. So skip that one, and this one. We're going to work 3 double crochets. Like that. A chain of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back into the same space, another 3 double crochets. So that was 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles. Like that. Now what we're going to do is we are going to chain 2. 1, 2. We're going to skip 2 spaces again. 1, 2. And we're going to put a double crochet into the next, just 1 double crochet, like that. And then we're going to chain 2 again. 1, 2. Skip 2 chain spaces. 1, 2. And then we're going to put our shell into the next. So 3 doubles, chain 4, 3 doubles. And that'll kind of be the repeat. So we're going to do the 3 doubles. 1. After I drop them all. Skip 2. Okay. There's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 4 and 3 doubles again into the same spot. Just like that. And then we will repeat. We're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Skip 2 chain spaces. 1, 2. And put 1 double into the next chain space. Chain 2, skip 2 chain spaces again, skip, skip, and we put our 3 double crochet shell into the next. So 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles. And this is what we're going to repeat. Like that. Did I do a chain 4 there? Oh, felt like I did a chain 10. All right, and we're going to repeat again. Chain 2, skip 2 chain spaces, skip, skip, double crochet into the next, like that, chain 2, skip 2, skip, skip, and shell, 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles into the next. Now you want to repeat this all the way around until we get near the end of the row. So I'll meet up with you at the end, because if yours is a lot bigger, it's going to take you a little bit longer than mine. Like that. Alright, you just want to keep repeating that pattern. Alright, when you come to the end of the first row of edging, you'll have 2 chain spaces left. What you want to do is chain 2 and skip that one, and we're actually going to double crochet into the top of the stitch now, this last stitch. Alright, that'll end row 1 of the edging. Okay, so rows 2, 3, and 4 of the edging now are the same. Okay, so we're going to start row 2, which will be the same as 3 and 4. We're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn our work. And we're going to jump to our chain 4 space here, and we're going to do this again. 3 doubles, chain 4, 3 doubles. So there's 1, 2, 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles. Just like that. And that's gonna start to repeat. So we're gonna chain 2, and we're gonna go to our next double, which is right here. We're gonna double crochet into the top of it, just like that. And we're gonna chain 2, and we're gonna work our 3 doubles, chain 4, 3 doubles into our chain 4 space. So there's 1, 2, 3, chain 4, and 1, 2, 3, like that, and I'll repeat again, chain 2, double crochet on top of the next double. So from now on, we're just keeping our doubles lined up and our shells lined up. Chain 2, and shell into the next, or the 3 doubles, chain 4, and 3 doubles. We're going to do this until we get to the end of row 2. All right, when you make it to the end here, chain 2 and double crochet into the 3rd chain of that chain 5. All right, now from here on out, it's very, very easy to do the shell edging, and I'm going to show you. So that was row 2, and remember, rows 3 and 4 are exactly the same. And the only difference between we go from row 1 and we end at row 13. The only difference is the shells get bigger. The number of chains in between and the double crochets, they all stay the same, okay? They all start with a chain 5. They all end in the 3rd, a double crochet in the 3rd chain of chain 5 of the chain 5. The only difference is the amount of shells get bigger. Like I said, the chain 2s are always the same no matter what row you're on. Double crochets, they always stay lined up. So I'm going to show you real quick. Like I said, there's 13 rows of shells. So we already did rows 1. See how everything stays lined up? We did rows 1 and 2, and rows 3 and 4 will be the same. They will be 3 doubles, chain 4, 3 doubles. So there will be 4 rows of 3 doubles, chain 4, 3 doubles. All the same. Okay? Chain 2, double, chain 2, shell. After that, there will be 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 4 doubles, chain 4, 4 doubles. 4 rows of 4 doubles, chain 4, 4 doubles. Everything else is the same. Chain 2, double, chain 2, and 4 double, chain 4, 4 doubles. So you'll do that for 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, you're going to have 4 rows of doing 5 doubles, chain 4, 5 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 doubles, chain 4, 5 doubles. Everything else is the same. You chain 2, keep the doubles lined up, chain 2, and then you do your 5 doubles, chain 4, 5 doubles for 4 rows. And the very last row, the 13th row, is 6 doubles, chain 4, 6 doubles in the very last row, and it's still the same. Chain 2, double, chain 2, and then you do your 6 doubles, chain 4, 6 doubles, and you just repeat that. So it does drop down there and that at the chain last one. So again, that's all there is to it. Every single thing is the same. How we start the rows and how we finish them. The double crochets in between and the chain spaces in between are all the same. The only difference is the amount of double crochets we do in the shells. Remember, we've done row 1 and 2. So 3 and 4 will be 3 doubles, chain 4, 3 doubles. 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 doubles, chain 4, 4 doubles. 9, 10, 11, 12, 5 doubles, chain 4, 5 doubles. In the last row, 13, 6 doubles, chain 4, 6 doubles. All right, and you end it the same way. And then that will be finished. Now, if you want to go around the top with an edge like this, I can show you how to do that right quick. You don't have to. You can. You can do a straight single crochet edge. You can leave it the way it is. You can do the picot edge like this. Sky's the limit. It's up to you. But if you do want to do an edge, I would suggest starting it right here. Right before or right after, or whatever, your last 6 double, chain 4, 6 double. In that last double crochet of that, all right? Don't go on top of that one, but do it right here, okay? I'll show you how to do that right quick. But remember, mine's on a smaller scale because you've seen how easy that was. And by all means, you can keep going too. You can do more rows of the 6 doubles if you want, whatever you want to do. Okay, but say you got it as big as you want it to be, and you want to do the picot edge, okay? So basically, all you're going to do is evenly space out single crochets, and you're going to do a picot every other one. I mean, that's just what you're going to do. Just, you can go through the space if you want, like that, and do one, and then through the space again, and do another single, and then do a picot, which is 1, 2, 3, go right by chain 3, and then go right back through the side of that single, and slip stitch, and then you can move to the next space if you want and do 1, 2, and picot again, chain 3, and slip stitch into the side of that single. Remember, you don't have to picot if you don't want to, but basically you're just evenly spacing out single crochets across the top of your edging, all the way across the top and across the top of your main portion of your shawl. And like I said, if you want to just do evenly space out single crochets and leave off the picots, that's cool too. But if you are doing the picots, this one has one every other single crochet. You can space them out more if you want. You can put a shell edging at the top. You can just leave it the way it is. It is up to you. But yeah, kind of like that. Just kind of doing the best you can, evenly spacing them. I don't know. I don't think I'm doing a very good job at it, but doing my best. Doing my best. Chain 3. Picot in that one. And you just want to do it so you get to the same spot on the other end. Evenly spacing out some singles. And putting a picot every other one. But like I said, that is up for debate. You can change this if you'd like. I know a lot of people don't like to do picots. I can't say I'm a huge fan, but they do look nice. But you know what else looks nice? Just evenly spacing out single crochet like this. If you don't want to do the picot edge, nice clean edge of single crochet at the top, evenly spaced out the best that you can. That's gonna look good too. Just like this. So you do whatever you want, okay? And once you make it to the other side, you're done. You're finished. How easy was this shawl? How customizable was this shawl? I'm just doing straight single crochet now. Remember, if you want a picot like that one, just do it every other single crochet. And I'm just trying to evenly space them out. So customizable. Any yarn you want. As big as you want. Make the edge any way you want. Make the round part as big as you want. Make the shells as many as you want, you know. You do whatever you want your shawl to look like. And I'd like to see a picture of it when it's done. You can show me a picture on my Bagoday Crochet Facebook page. And yeah, I'd like to see it. There's a link to that below in the description box. And also, don't forget to check out all my other tutorials. I have so many, hundreds and hundreds. And hundreds, beyond hundreds. I have anything that you could ever want to make in multiples of them. I did a bad job spacing out them picots. Oh my gosh. Embarrassing. So, if you enjoyed my video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions, the best place to get those answered is on Facebook. Everybody there is extremely nice. I generally don't comment too much on YouTube. But yeah, that's probably the best place to get your questions answered. If you don't have Facebook, you can always shoot me an email. It does sometimes take me a bit to answer them because I do get a lot of emails, but I will do my best to get to it as soon as I can. It's bagodaycrochet@gmail.com. If you have a question about any of my tutorials or something like that, yeah. Otherwise, Facebook is the best place to get your questions answered about my tutorials, or if you have your own questions or something. Everybody there is super nice, friendly. Oh man. Here I am doing picots again. Like I said, I can't wait to see your shawl. Can't wait to see how you customized it, or if you made it like mine. I just can't wait to see it in general. What color you chose. All kinds of, all that jazz. What kind of edge you put on it. If you did the picots, or if you did the half picots. Half single like I did. I'm just kidding. I did picots on the big one up there. That one has picots on it. But yeah. That's it. Let me bring it up here. Show you. With the clean picot edge. There it is. So yeah, I was just evenly spaced out with the picot every other single crochet all across the top. Started here and finished at the same place on the other side. All right. All right. I'll see you guys on my next video. All right. I hope to see you there. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.